What's up, everybody, and welcome to Mo's Honest Review. And I am back with another video. Make sure you guys go check out my video I posted about a week ago talking about the first 4 episodes of Welcome to Derry. Now, I merged these 2 episodes together because I'm trying to get caught up for episodes 5 and 6. So I jotted down some notes and want to talk about the 2 episodes. So let's get right into it. I think these probably were the 2 best episodes, in my opinion. um, I said this before that to me, Welcome to Derry is like Freddy Krueger meets Stranger Things. Um, we know Freddy, he's kind of gory. And so I think like the scene where Ronnie is like she's in her mother's stomach, that kind of put me in that mindset of disgusting Freddy coming to get you type stuff. So 5 and 6 to me are my favorite episodes, and then that scene with her coming out the stomach. So when the first scene come up for episode 5, uh, we know Will is coming to trying to get out of the minds of, I forgot his name right off the top, but he is the one of the Indian natives' nephew. I put his name up here, and yeah, it looks very scary. Like it looks like he's about to die. It's like he's foaming at the mouth. It's just not looking good. And Will, or Dick rather, is kind of in shock because he's coming out of it. And I thought that whole scene of him being in his mind was really good as well. Um, we got Lily and Margaret. We know that when she tried to sneak and prank, what happened to her eye? That peppermint patty, whatever group it was in, Lily was about to get pranked in front of the whole school, and it somehow decides to save the day, which I don't understand that. Like, why did he save the day? And made her eye bulge out, which was a very disgusting scene, and almost made her kill herself. So I really not understanding it. Like, why all of a sudden he is protecting the kids? You know what I'm saying? I thought that they were going to allow this humiliation in front of the whole school to happen, but they didn't. He saves the day, but then on another hand, it made Margaret it made her realize that she need to be with her friend or whatever. So I thought that scene was really good, very disgusting. Um, and so we see that they finally make up and she realized who she needs to be with. Ronnie, what's next? Ronnie wants her basically to tell the police what happened. And everybody is like, look, at this point, we can't tell the police because nobody is going to believe us. And Ronnie is just, she's upset because she wants her dad back home. And to me, it looks like dad ain't going to be able to come back home, in my opinion, because I don't know if the police knew that he was out sleeping with a white woman. And that's why they wanted to make a example out of him. But it does feel like that because they know he didn't kill the kids. But I feel like maybe somebody in that neighborhood had caught on that he was going out late night and going to sleep with uh the white woman. Now, the way you could look at it now, if you watch episode 6, could Pennywise's daughter Ingrid be tipping off the police because she wants these kids and she know that her dad needs to feed? So is it just a tactic that she's using? She's calling no police. Nobody ever saw him that night. She's just tipping off the police because she wants to uh, get these kids to herself. I don't know. It's what it seemed like. Maddie finally appeared out of the, in the tent. And I kept saying, why does he look like really pale? Is something wrong? And so I'm confused also on that. Now, if you go back to episode 1, Maddie, he was at the movie theater. He ends up leaving the movie theater, ends up in a car with strangers, and somehow some shit go down. I think they need to explain that because to me it seems so out of place. Like, I could see if he was in the neighborhood or in the house and then stuff started happening where it was at. But this man was literally just got into a random car. And so, how is it that it is confined to a certain area? He has those perimeters that he has to stay in. But then he can go out the perimeter. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand the episode one. And then now that he's in episode five, it shows him taking them to the sewer. He's playing along, and then boom, he changes into it. Somebody needs to explain that to me because that's not making sense to me. Because I thought, like, you're in the parameters, he can get you. But if you're on outside of the parameters, he can be in your mind. So how is it that he was able to be out in somebody else's mind that never came across him? Like, I don't know. I know we're trying to tie it in with each other, but it just seems like that first episode to me is really throwing me off, and I feel like it doesn't fit with what's going on now. I think they needed to redo that episode because, like I said, he was just riding in a car with some strangers. Then all of a sudden, a baby come out and he got bat wings. Like, am I the only one that feel like that's random? Um, so we got Leroy and General talking about moving the pillars. Now we know that the military lies, and we know that they just wanted to capture this thing, whatever it is, to make it a weapon. Leroy knows that we need to leave it alone. But now that his friend is dead and he blames himself, he wants to capture it and get on over with it and go on about his life. But like Dick said, we shouldn't be moving this. We need to leave it alone. But of course, nobody listens. Um. So Hank appears to be going to jail, which is Ronnie's dad. So he's going to Shawshank, and while he's getting transported, we see that it is in the vicinity, and he is more than likely the one that flips over the bus. Now, I'm still, like I said, listening to Ingrid's story. I'm still confused on why save this man. You could have just let this man go to jail and you decided to flip the bus so he would get out. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what's the purpose of Hank and them because you really don't need them at this point. Like, um, Ingrid seems like she really like him, but then again, it's like, okay, are you doing that just once again because you want to get these kids? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit of some hoes that are in this story. Next, Rose is trying to protect the town, but Francis is trying to control it. Rose is the Indian woman, and she is trying to do everything in her power to keep these pillars where it need to belong. But as you can see, she knows that white men don't listen, and that's another thing that I don't understand. Like, we know that this thing can get in your head and make you see things that you just you're not supposed to see, or it just make you do things. So how do the military think that they're going to control something? One, you can't see it unless it wants you to see it. So it's like you're about to get all these people killed because you want to control something, and it's just absolutely insane. So we got so we know that Taniel and Rose met so she could give him that wand or stick, whatever you want to call it, for protection. While he was in the sewer, we know that he drops the stick. Now, I'm trying to figure out where did he go, because remember when they was in the sewer, right? Everybody dispersed. He should have came out. Where did he go? Did I miss that? I think that the wand needs to be duplicated. If that one wand can protect it, I think they need to make multiple wands for the kids, because it looks like right now, um, what's her name? Lily wants to be the only one to touch it now. So it's like she kind of deboing. And I think what they need to, because I can't remember because I'm watching Stranger Things in this one, but So Lily and them, when they went to the movie theaters, that's how they got to see all this stuff. But I still feel like there's something that's strategically targeting these kids. Like, are the families and bloodlines connected to something that happened in the past? Because I know when Lily was in the house with Ingrid, they showed, those yearbooks or pictures, and they had different dates on them. So I'm wondering, are those families connected to whatever was going on in that time? And I feel like they really need to, um, I hope they do, show how did the dad get trapped? What did he do? Because we know he worked in, on those sideshow traveling circuses. So what happened to where it uses your face, the clown, to capture children? So so now we at the part where the military goes into the sewer, all hell breaks loose, and I guess I just don't understand how something can be that dangerous and you still willing to go in there. Like, when you think about the military, they're like, okay, well, you may die. I need you to go see this, and nobody really wants to go. And we know that um, Dick ends up falling and being trapped into its mind, or he gets in his mind and he's able to open up a box that basically conceal all his secrets and things he was scared of. And so on at the end we see him walking out the tunnels and he's seeing a dead man. So he has the ability to see dead people and he doesn't like it. So I think the next couple episodes he's gonna be doing a lot of, he's like, you could already tell he's distancing himself because he's upset that that box was open. Now, let's go to Lily and Pennywise. Pennywise almost got her, but the stick, the wand, or whatever you want to call it, protected her. And so now we have to question, how do you kill this thing? Because how could you get close enough to him where you could stab him? He was not trying to get close to her at all. So I'm like, can you even kill it? Like, is this one of those things where it will never die, right? And that's what it's looking like to me. This is something that has to be buried away from people, because how do you kill something like this? All right. So, okay. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. So we know that Ingrid is sleeping with Ronnie's dad. And we know that Polly, which is the best friend, was killed by um, Leon, I believe. Yeah, because he thought that his son was the monster. And then we got uh, Dick exiting the caves. I mean, not caves, but the sewer. So those are the last three things that happened. I'm the Ingrid situation is really like bothering me, because I'm like, is she doing this all to get to the kids, or does she really like this man? But I think that it's just literally her playing her part, get a little nookie, you feel me, and then also get close to them kids, because when you really think about it, she's been there in that town forever, and so kids have been coming up missing for a long time. So I'm wondering, did she just help him capture kids in the asylum, or did she help kids outside? Because to me, it just seemed like she's just feeding it. That's her job. So we have to move on to episode 6, which episode 6 was also good too, like I said. Okay. So the opening scene, we got them all in the Juniper Asylum, and we see that Ingrid works at the hospital still. And we see a young little girl who's complaining about seeing some clown, blah, blah, blah. Ingrid, you feel me? She overhears it. So we got Will and Leon, they're arguing because he wants to keep Will from going into Derry. He wants to keep him only on base so he can be protected. And they get into a little scuffle. Now, me personally, now that the dad has encountered it, the son, there's pretty much nothing you can do that's going to protect your son. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with all the guns, look how quick he was able to take out just those few that went into the sewer. So I get what his dad's trying to do, but it's like, sir, he don't even have to be in a room with you. Look what happened to Ronnie. Like, he wasn't there, but he was there. He was able to get in her head and almost eat her in the bed. Lily explains the stick she found and basically tell all our friends, like, look, I done found this magical stick. It's protecting me. And you could tell she's kind of being a little nasty because she don't want nobody else to hold it. But I'm like, why not? Let everybody get a feel for it. Maybe something to rub off on them or something. I don't know. But it's just like she's being real controlling, and she wants to get back down in there to find her friend. But it's like, we gonna keep you know going down here. We don't have the artillery to fight this monster. And you can see that Ronnie's kind of frustrated because Ronnie is like, I ain't trying to go back in that motherfucker. I don't want to go back in it because we almost didn't make it out. And I wonder, does he have more power down there because that's where I guess all his stuff is. Um, and I don't blame Ronnie. I wouldn't want to go back down there either, especially after you got to see the several dead bodies that was down there. Now, the one thing that I didn't understand is why they didn't have Will or whatever to tell the military that the kids are down there and they're dead. So at least they can at least go get the bodies, because I feel like if you got the bodies, then Ronnie's daddy, hey, the bodies are found, they're in the sewer, he didn't do it, they need a body, and they're trying to charge him with something, and he wasn't nowhere near the area. So I just think that they should have wrote it in where there was a conversation, or maybe it's going to happen where the bodies are able to be pulled out of there. But the military got to be the only ones that can go down there because nobody else could just walk through it; they'd be captured. Um, I don't know. Did Dick to me seemed like he was up under a spell once he came out of the sewage. Like, he just seemed like in a daze. He didn't want to be bothered. He seemed angry. Um, I know that scene where he's going into, I guess, the juke joint, you ever want to call it. He was kind of in a trance to me, and I felt like, did Pennywise open the box and is he hiding in his mind to where if he needs to pop out, he can? Like, I don't know. I just felt like, because we know he has this gift, I just felt like something was going on there. Like, I don't know. I was looking at his body language and the way he was looking. It just seemed like something happened to him while he was down there, other than him getting scared to death. Um, so they want Dick to continue to try to capture this thing, and Dick is absolutely done with it. He doesn't want to do it, but we know Leon and them and the military wants him to. I think that's what's fucked up about the military. Like, when you think about it, they be having them do some of the craziest things for the love of the country, and really it just be them stealing and lying, because this thing that isn't that's contained, you want to move it, and you already see what it's doing, you still want to move it. Absolutely insane. um Charlotte now wants to leave Derry, and I don't blame her one bit. Cause why did you bring us here? Which technically he didn't know. He didn't know what he was about to get into. But now that they know, how are they going to leave Derry, knowing that those kids are still being attacked? Then you have their son. Like, I wonder if they were to leave, would it stop, or would, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Would it follow them? Because I thought it was contaminated. It was contained in that circle. So I don't know, man. I do know she said that Rose said that once you leave, you can't remember. So I don't know, but I don't think they're gonna. I don't think the dad is really gonna want him to leave, and I just feel like Will is not gonna want to leave. Like, I don't think he's gonna do that because he's now attached to the kids in that area. And another thing, all the kids are having trouble sleep. So now you're dealing with kids who can't really pay attention to school because of what's going on. Lily, she meets Pennywise. Lily meets Pennywise's daughter, which is Ingrid, which she had been talking to her the whole time and didn't know it. That is crazy because one, why are you still walking around with the clown suit? That's crazy. So to me, it seemed like she actually needs to be locked up because you mean to tell me you've been kidnapping kids, basically taking them to your father. um, you know where these kids are that's been coming up missing in this town. You've been feeding them to the dad, or the kids somehow make it to your dad. So that's why I said it's kind of interesting how, on one hand, she seemed like she is really caring, but then another is like, okay, you just told me that you basically led kids to the basement so your father can eat them. How can I trust you? So I'm wondering how they gonna write her the next episode because I don't know. Now she can't trust her. She felt like that was the only woman in the town that she could talk to, and she can't really talk to her mom. And now that I know your secret, that that's your dad that's been chasing us, what am I to do? And so, another thing is too. Maybe next episode, Lily is going to tell Ronnie that her dad has been sleep. Like there has to be some sort of connection where they're tied. Cause I'm like, you talking to a black man and you have a whole husband in the house. That's too much. Um, Let me go to my I think that's it. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, episode 6. So this is my take on it. I think that both episodes was really good. I think these are my two favorite. Um, how will they end this first season? I don't know. Like I think that this show coming out or right around the time Stranger Thing is very interesting, and I think it's gonna be very hard to top the second season. But overall, good episode. I feel like Charlotte um, is gonna dig herself a hole because she's trying to do too much by trying to get this man out. We know that how it ended was where the white men were about to come and storm the juke joint. Um, I'm hoping they're able to hide the father a little bit longer, or that maybe they're gonna get into a fight. I don't know, but it's looking real scary. Now, unless it come and that maybe that's what'll happen, it comes and saves the day. But I don't know. I just don't know how they're gonna get out of this situation. Let me know what you guys think. Please like and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. I think we got one more or two episodes left. Seemed like this series went by fast, and yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.